4, 3, 2, 1. Go time, baby. I like tickling my pickle with a dickle.
Dude, no, dude.
All right,
on,
well,
man.
how to get banned in less than 5 seconds of airtime.
Oh
Dude.
God, I hear two of Stuart. God, what's going on?
I quit. I
Uh,
quit. I can't do this anymore.
My Discord's muted.
First, Cody's facial hair couldn't
There we
make it,
go.
and now me.
I don't know how to mute you on Roll20, so I think you need to assign a different input device on Roll20 because it's the Roll20 audio that's coming
Is
through.
that better?
I just muted you on Roll20,
so,
so
yes.
it's
Yeah,
fine.
I just muted Roll20.
Okay.
All right.
But,
Hello,
yeah, what's-
everybody, and welcome to the Weary Travelers. Please disregard what Eddie said at the beginning.
What are
That
you
would be
talking about,
lovely.
bro?
And yeah, how's
What did I
everyone
say?
feeling? Everyone had a good week?
I have grog.
I'm alive, so
Jesus.
I can't
God.
really complain.
I've had a pretty decent week. I've watched a lot of stuff, which has been fun, and we'll be talking about one of the things that I watched on Thursday.
I downloaded
Okay.
that.
Obviously, I did as well. That's a horrible thing to admit in this day and age. But you know, times are tough, and you do what you got to do. And it's a damn good movie.
I paid $4 for it, even though I've seen it so many times. They took it off of all of the streaming services that I use.
They did, and that really upset me because I know it was on like 3 of them.
Yeah,
It was on.
it was on everything, and then it got popular.
God, that scared the shit out of me. Oh, all right, but without further ado, nerds, let's do what we came here for, and let's hate ourselves a little bit and play some Dungeons and Dragons.
All right. So this week we're gonna have Sagrathun tell us what happened in the last time on the Weary Travelers.
Not me.
Oh man. You know, fuck that guy. I was just trying to see what he wanted, trying to get him to help, and what's he do? Fucking, he goes after me of all people. The one guy who didn't shoot him, didn't fight. Yeah, you know, he's dead. He's Ash. Fuck him. Yeah. Blue guy got a power up. You know, so now his ego's gonna be even higher. Let's see. You know, if he managed to kind of die twice, I think that's a record. Yeah, Grimsby won't shut up about this new scar he has on his back for some reason. He just, yeah, okay, we get it.
Are you look at the scar that's right on the front of my belly. It's on the front of my belly.
And you shut up about it already. Jeez. Like,
But look, when you bend my abs this way, it looks a little bit like it's smiling.
Oh my god. Okay, we get it, Bird Brain. And Soft Hands over here, he surprisingly has been rather quiet for once. So, you know, despite almost dying, it's been a good few hours.
All right. So we're gonna start off this session actually at the end of the long rest that you guys had, specifically when Cody or when Aberdeen starts to attune to his weapon.
Oh yeah.
All right. So
I was going to right before the long rest. I think
Mhm.
Eddie, is it at the end of a long rest when you can use your ability? Is it?
I haven't used it yet, so I can use it pretty much anytime. I would have used that full long rest though, because I was pretty low on health.
So I was going to ask Grimsby to create a sort of like idol or / like channeling device. out of it, and I'll say that Aberdeen gives him some direction. And Grim, what is that? What does my thing look like?
All right, so it looks exactly like a hairpin trigger type of thing, but this trigger is it's keyring / trigger. So there's a circle and it hangs off, and the hang off is a tentacle, and you got 3 very noticeable protruding suction cups coming down from it to make it look essentially a little bit like a key. But then on the right side where the trigger would be curved, you get a branch off. I'm not too sure what Thessa's logo looks like. I was unable to actually look it up. So if somebody can.
Bident? I don't know if there's a specific thing. Is there a specific? Does she have an icon, Albert?
Give me 1 second.
Okay. While we get that information, so like the key ring goes like the ring part goes perfectly around Aberdeen's index finger, and he grabs onto the protruding tentacle that is shaped like the trigger with his middle finger, and when he does that, he activates his crossbow or bow, whatever it is.
So it's like a metallic pistol grip that looks like a tentacle that like goes out, and then it has like a ring-shaped trigger mechanism,
Mhm.
and then like because the actual limbs of it are made of ice, so it's kind of
Right.
like a
Yes.
twisted tentacle thing with like a ring-shaped trigger. Dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so-
You've seen Bleach, right? Think of like the Quincy like cross, but just like without like it being on your wrist, and it's just a sheer ring. And then when you're
Okay.
not
I
using
think it needs to be bigger than that, but
Yeah.
I like that.
when you're not
Alright.
using it, it wraps around your index finger.
Dope.
All right, so everyone has, and so once that's finished, we're gonna say that takes the rest, and then at the end of the rest, that way you guys have your stuff and you don't die. Aberdeen begins to attune to his weapon. He sits right next to the altar of Thassa where her statue is, and he sits down and he holds the bow in front of him along with his little pin. And he closes his eyes. Before we get started on that, what is everyone else doing?
I'm doing my usual my prayers and mostly making this pin thing for Aberdeen. If I finish up, and I mean, I guess at this point I would have been done already, and he's attuning to it. So then I'm just gonna be doing my my additional prayers. I'm gonna be using my blessing of the forge on myself to give myself that additional point of AC, so I can have 20 AC.
Mhm.
And then kind of just seeing where I can goof off at.
All right, and then Mikus, what have you been doing?
Is there anything left to explore? Have we explored this area to the fullest? Because we've just been hanging out.
Not yet, but keep in mind you guys did take a long rest, so exploring during that would not have been a good idea because it would have ended the long rest.
Copy that. All right. As far as like these tables and stuff we're in front of right now, like these books, apples, and stuff like that. Have we gone through that stuff at this point?
If you want to go through the books in the shelves, you definitely can. You look through it, and it's mostly history books that were created telling the story of creation in the world. And these are stories that you guys haven't like actually heard, and it actually comes off in a way that's like, are you sure this is how it happened? You guys have a lot of questions.
Can I pocket one of those books?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm gonna do that.
And then I will give you the name of the book at the end of the session.
Awesome.
And Sagrathun, what are you doing?
Sagrathun is going to walk down to the bottom right there. Stops right there first, so he can call over.
During
He's
the long
familiar.
rest or after the long rest?
After. This is after.
Okay.
During, I'm just recuperating from having a bunch of arrows in me.
Okay. All right. So we'll go to Aberdeen. Once he gets into his meditative state, the world around him goes black. and he begins to feel the rushing of the water around him. Everyone that is, well, you guys can see the pool. The pool begins to swirl around the altar as he begins to attune to his weapon. And once Aberdeen is fully encompassed within this darkness and the water flows over him, he begins to see an effigy of Thassa standing right in front of him. And she begins to walk around him. And it looks like she's kind of studying Aberdeen in a way. And she begins to kind of just move closer to him. And she sits down in front of him. And so, you want to be, or you're the one I called to be my champion. Yes?
It seems to be the case, yep.
She kind of puts a smile on her face. She's like, fitting that you have blue skin.
Yeah, they always just call me Blue Guy, so I think that works out.
Well,
yours is a little bit blue in it.
Yeah, it's quite blue. But I must warn you, there's more than just getting to wield the weapon. I'm going to put you through a series of tests, and they're going to prey on whatever you feel is the darkest things, the scariest things, maybe some fears that you may not have realized you've had, to see your strength and see if you're worthy of my power that I'm bestowing upon you. Are you prepared?
Why is that? Why me?
Because you were the only one who saw me when we walked in.
Everyone else looked at you. What about me? What about me? Let me see you. I don't understand. I've never known a god. I've never.
Everyone else looked at me, but you, and behind her you see a retelling of what happened. And right when you walked up to her and you touched the painting, you saw me.
I'm just not sure how. And I mean, really, I don't know how any of this works. Test me all you want. Either I'm up to it or I'll die. But I think I'm up to it.
All right. On the outside of this vision, you guys begin to see the pool begin to swirl violently, extremely violently around the little island that's in the middle of it. And it begins to actually lift a little bit as you see Aberdeen kind of tense up. And the first thing that she says is, I'm going to show you some things. Be prepared. And she begins to kind of chant a little bit, and then the area around Aberdeen kind of turns into a familiar area, familiar place. He feels a lot of like nostalgia being here. As he turns around, he sees himself as a child in Rena's orphanage. And he goes, do you remember this place? Do you remember what this was to you?
Yeah, it was absolutely a prison at first, but after quite a few years and enough conversations with Rena and enough trying to escape it like it was a prison, it became home.
Right. Do you remember what it was like when you were a child?
If I try real hard. It's been a while.
As you're sitting there, she's standing behind you. You begin to see older kids that were at the orphanage begin to surround you, and they begin to pick on you because of your blue skin and how small you were at the time.
Just kind of grinning and bearing it for the time being.
For everyone outside, you guys begin to see one kind of like a tentacle of water come out as the tentacle lands behind Aberdeen, and it lifts up again, and there's a puddle on the ground behind him, and the water itself begins to turn green. And she goes, "Do you remember how it felt to be small and inferior? Not in control of what happened in your life?"
I think. He takes a deep breath and just kind of scrunches his face up a little bit. I remember that more than anything else. And yeah, I remember that more than anything else.
And in this moment, you begin to see from the eyes of little Aberdeen, these kids coming up to you and pushing you around, and it starts to it starts putting like this sense of dread and no control over what it was, simply because of your size. And in this moment, I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
$11.
All right. You begin to, as this is happening, you begin to you begin to get sucked into what's happening, and you begin to fully relive it within what's happening.
Get
All
off
of
me!
And as
Not
that's
reacting.
happening, everyone else sees an effigy of Aberdeen begin to rise up from the puddle of water, and this one is green. As it stands there holding the bow that he has, standing right behind him, and it looks around, kind of just looking.
Hey, Grim, be careful over there.
You muted Eddie.
So you guys, is that Abby?
What's going on, Abby? Can you even hear us? What's going on?
Oh no, there's two of them now.
Can I
yeah,
hear
just
them?
still
Want
got-
one moment to rest.
And so going back into Aberdeen's head, he begins to feel rage as he's getting picked on. The more rage that he's felt in years, because he's reliving this moment that he's kind of buried in the back of his head. And another tentacle of water begins to kind of swirl up, and this one is actually red as it lands right next to the other one, leaving another puddle of water right next to the green one. And Cody, I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
24.
All right. You begin to the rage. Once you start getting angry and the rage begins to fill your soul, in a sense, you're able to calm yourself down as you start to remember that this isn't real. And but it feels as real as it can be. And on the outside, you guys see the effigy, another effigy of him come up, but this one's red.
Crabhead, get me out of here, please.
What are these statues of Abby keep popping up? This is very strange. Segi.
And
What?
and for Aberdeen, it feels like he's been there for hours, just getting picked on, and the rage was swelling for hours until he finally calmed down and realizes where he was. And finally, when he realized where he was, the scene switched right to the moment where Aberdeen took his first life. And that feeling of taking his first life begins to wash over him again, like an old wound that was reopened. And I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw for that one.
12.
So similar to the first time, you begin to really feel what it felt like to take your first life, and how it felt to just watch that happen. You begin to feel kind of sad and more like distraught because of what you did. And another one pops out of the water, another one, and it lands right next to it. And this time, this one's black, and it's the puddle is black, and she goes, "Do you remember not being in control when this man attacked you? And you had to do what you had to do, not being able to control the situation?"
Yeah, trying
Having-
to control is sometimes the least amount of control we can have, isn't it?
And as you're holding this guy who had attacked you, you then realize, you look down, and the ashes of Tania are falling through your fingers as you were holding her body that was black, and then it just begins to slip through your fingers. And at this point, one last tentacle comes up and it lands right next to him, and this one's white. And she's like, "Do you remember not being able to control the outcome and not being able to get justice for the one person who believed most in you?"
I got justice.
Did you?
Did I not?
Do you feel like you got justice?
I don't think there's any amount of justice that'll ever make me feel like I got justice for her. But I tried.
And as you guys are speaking, you begin to kind of pan out from what's happening, and you see these 4 different versions of you standing there. And at this point, she's standing next to you, and she begins to kind of point at all of them, and she's like, "Each one of these are you." And you begin to realize that these versions of you are just as real as the Aberdeen that is standing right there. And she goes, "Each one of these can be you, just by the drop of a hair. Your lack of control defines who you have become as a person." As she points. And then she turns you around, and then you see a version of you that is blue, like deeper blue than what you are. This one looks more like water. And she goes, "And this is the version of you that is afraid of losing control of everything." Right as you look at this one, you see a vision of your boat crashing, everyone in the crew dying. You watch Grim get ripped in half. You see Segrathun pinned to a wall.
Ripped in half?
Yes, you see Segrathun pinned to a wall. You see Mikis
They got ripped
impaled
in half.
on a tree, and she goes, "This is the you that is afraid of losing everyone.
Splinter.
Can you be the master of these outcomes? And which one do you think you fully connect to the most?" As all of these emotions begin to ride over you, and everyone else, I need you guys to roll initiative.
Oh,
Thanks
Jesus.
again, Aberdeen. Here we are once again
Wait,
fighting
can-
because of you.
Can I respond to her thing?
Yes.
I don't think I want to pick one. I think I want to taste the rainbow.
God! God!
Can we just end the session?
Alright, guys, I quit. I'm leaving.
That's what gets you to quit?
All right, so I rolled a nat 1.
Okay.
Oh, wait, me as well, or everybody else?
I need you to roll initiative just for story purposes.
I rolled a 16 though.
Right, baby.
In my
16.
initiative tracker.
Right there with Grimby.
I also rolled a nat 1. So I'm right there with Stuart. So mine was a 3.
We were both sleeping. We didn't care.
All right, so Grim got a 16.
16?
And then Aberdeen also got a 16?
Yep.
Is that rolled or?
Yeah,
including
16
everything?
total. I know how modifiers work, bro.
Damn, bro. We're here calling out the nerd.
Dice.
And then Seg, what
Dice.
yours was a
Right?
Nat
11, dude.
nat 1 plus your modifier.
It's 3. You know, nat 1.
Mine's also a 3.
You actually lose your entire turn and lose all your spell slots.
I'm okay with the first part. Not my spell slots though.
I'm just gonna go sit by the bird.
All right. So, Grim is the first one up. He begins to what he begins to see is that these effigies of Aberdeen begin to move. Let me get a couple of pictures of Abby up.
Okay. I wait.
She's one of the book in like the Thassa, and turns out she's not blue. She got
No.
blue glow though. She got blue
Yeah.
glow.
It could be pretty sad. You know, that's kind of blue.
Oh yeah.
Boomps.
She literally has an 8-pack. You can count them in art. There's 8.
The 8 of them.
The
Yeah.
8-pack.
Are they attractive looking?
In like a scaly, like octopus-headed, thin woman. Yes.
But so give me your
yes, yeah,
honest
yeah.
scale of 1 to 10. Yeah.
I don't like the scale. I don't like scales. I'm gonna go with yes though.
Yes. All right.
Does she have scales?
Yes. I like those
Oh.
scales.
Oh yeah. I like that. So she a cutie is what you're saying.
I mean, she's like a 300-foot tall god with a tail, but from this picture where it's cropped, yes.
Heck yeah.
Strong
I mean,
jawline.
like, you know, like just because she's a 300-year-old god doesn't mean anything, bro. Like, you know, she's still deserving of love.
She's
300?
I
still
said
wicked?
300-foot tall.
Oh,
Oh. Hey
Oh,
man, I
wow.
mean, still.
300 years for a god. That's pretty young. I would avoid that. You know.
Very immature.
It's an
All
animal
right.
god, yeah.
All right, Grim. You're up. I have all 5 of the Abbeys up.
Oh god.
All right. Oh. Abby, which one? Which one is you and which one's Abby?
Each one has a different color. So there's a red, a white, a green, a blue, and a black one. So you can tell which one is Abby and which is not. Aberdeen is actually sitting down.
And do they look like they're coming at me?
Aggressive? Are they gonna
They-
fight us?
They look like they are about to. They look like they are now no longer just standing there. They're looking around as if they are in battle. As if they're getting ready to fight.
Hey, Grim, don't get too close to the shotguns, alright?
Want to try
Wait,
something? But
looking to fight him or me? Am I just about to get ganked right now?
they're just
looks like
looking to fight.
Yeah.
Okay, I am gonna do something kind of questionable, but
hmm
let's try it out. I'm gonna cast Detect Evil and Good
hmm
in a 30-foot radius around us, so that should pick up all of these statues, and also Aberdeen. And-
So Aberdeen is good.
Can I
and
back
the
up?
things that come up are neutral.
Okay.
And
then- Okay, so that would be my
Good.
action. So
Mhm.
then, as my, I would just move myself. So this one right here in the middle is actual Aberdeen. All right, I'm gonna go
So-
right next to him.
yeah. We'll switch them around so that way you know it's Aberdeen. Aberdeen has the nameplate on it.
Okay, I can't see the nameplate on it. Other Abbeys. This.
Oh wait, no. Okay, wait. I can move this one.
Yes.
Okay, so oh god, I'm flanked.
Other Abbeys.
Am I on a leather couch?
Oh no. Oh no.
All right, guys. So that's the end of this stream.
Oh, so when someone else does it, it's the end of the stream, but when you do it, we're just beginning?
Hey, man, I'm hot. It's all right. Like, you know. Other Abbeys. This is my friend Abby, and if you guys are also Abby, well then that just makes you guys my friends too.
Yeah, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands or something like that. Alright, let's just move on with the pleasantries.
As you're looking, as you're saying, you're speaking to them, they all directly look at you. And then we're gonna go on to Aberdeen. With Aberdeen, he begins to feel like he's falling. She, right as she says, "Then conquer them," and Aberdeen feels like he's falling until he hits the ground. And now he's within a forest, and it's raining. As
No.
And there's only one path. He's in a clearing, and then there's one path.
Do I have the bow?
You have no weapons.
Do I see anything around me that I can pick up?
Nope.
I pluck a blade of grass,
Mm-hmm.
put it into my mouth, and then
Mhm.
follow the path.
All right. All right. So as you're running down this path, you begin to feel something wrapping around your foot. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
16.
15.
16.
All right, and you're able to pull your foot free as you're running. It does grab onto your ankle, and you look down, and it looked like the green water that wrapped around your leg, and you were able to pull it off as you run. And
Is it? You said it's raining, right?
yeah, it's raining.
I am going to hold my hand out,
Mm-hmm.
and I am going to try to absorb. I'm going to try to pull water. I can animate water or make it flow in a direction using shape water. I'm going to try to pull the water into my hand and shape it into like a pointed rod shape, and then I'm going to again freeze the water in my hand.
All right, so as you begin to see the water moving, right? And it begins to form in your hand, and then it disperses. She says, "No, handle this. Be in control." That's
a fourth level spell. I only have the cantrip version right now, but I get it. I hearing her say that is okay. So it seems like there's like grass in every direction, and then there's one path straight ahead, and everything else is just flat.
Yes.
I take a low stance
Mm-hmm.
and just sprint as fast as I can down the path.
All right. And you begin to sprint, and from there we'll go back to the outside world. This time, the green one I'll figure something out.
Abergreen, yeah.
Let me go here.
I love
Just
that
put green.
Ooh.
There we go. He is marked as green. The green one is going to try to grapple Grimsby. Go ahead and make your roll for
All right,
strength.
my strength roll. All right, a whopping 12.
And he rolled a 16. So he grabs onto you as you begin to feel the water wrap around you. Not your face, just your body.
Hey, guys, these things are attacking.
And then from there, we go to... Then we go to Segrathun.
Okay, so Segarthun was not paying attention to anything that was happening. He was too busy arguing with his familiar about whether or not the corridor in front is trapped or not. And he turns around, and he heard that there was like 2 of them, but now there's 6 of them. And Segarthun is just kind of like, oh no. And he is going to cast arcane missile.
All right.
And that is going to be at first level.
At what?
At 4 of them.
4 of
wait,
them?
no. It's 3. Yeah, 3.
All right. Roll.
It's gonna be the closest 3.
All right. So we're gonna put marks on them, so that way I can differentiate them.
Alright, so it's gonna be 5, 3, and 2.
Damage.
Yeah.
All right. Give me 1 second. That's heavy. All right. 5, 3, and 2.
Yep.
All right. So Aberdeen, in your in the moment while you're running down this, you feel things hit your body and kind of knock you off center as you're on your run.
I'm gonna keep rolling with it, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna look back and see if I can tell what it was.
Nope. It
Assuming
just feels like something from the ether has hit you.
Did it
It
feel
did-
like something like physical, like something invisible had hit me, or did it feel like I felt pain of being hit, but like there was no inertia to it? You know what I mean? Does it feel like something I could block?
No, this one it felt
Okay.
like it was just pushing you, as the
Okay.
other from there, and then from outside you hit them, and the 3 of them turn their heads towards you.
And then I get to move my owl.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and then what our guard is gonna do is he's going to fly up onto the statue
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna see if what just happened
Mm-hmm.
had any kind of effect on the real Aberdeen. Visibly noticeable.
He's sweating a lot more.
Okay.
And you kind of see him. At first he was tense. Now he's extremely tense.
Okay, and then with that, Segarthun
Now he's 11s.
Yes.
God.
takes 2 steps back. And yeah.
All right, and Mikis, you're up.
All right, so at this point, I am gonna rush up and pull out my axe,
Mhm.
full-on green flame blade, and try to chop Grimsby free from this Abby's green handy fucking sidekick dude with this blade. Yeah, we'll
Alright.
do that.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
God, Cody, look what you're making me do. You know exactly what's in this cup.
That's a 19.
19 does hit. Roll your
Alright.
damage.
For any of the younger audience, he is drinking milk.
Guys,
just
this
check which one I have to
is
roll
this is
for
freshly
damage.
pressed apple juice. Sorry, I talked over you, Mike.
No worries. I'm just trying to figure out what do I roll for the damage on the green flame blade. It's loading pretty slow.
Green flame blade. I think it's a.
1d8.
There you go. It'll be more than that, isn't it?
So a 4, and then does that get my spell modifier of 7 also?
No, so I think it's okay.
You roll a 4 plus. I do believe you also roll your damage for your weapon. Yes.
Yeah, you just deal like weapon damage. You just make an
Yes.
attack, and then it deals an extra D8. So
Yeah.
do you have like a dagger, light hammer, short sword, something like that?
I have a hack. I have a hand axe.
Hand axe. Okay, so you roll your regular hand axe damage, like your
Mhm.
D6, I think, for hand axe, then plus whatever your strength is, and then you add the D8 to that.
Okay, so that's
Wait. Yeah.
So
And
I
then
rolled
it hits
3,
another one for a D8 plus 4.
Exactly. So I rolled, my damage was 3, but it's -1 for strength, you said? Or that's my strength modifier is -1.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's
So
just
you roll.
Yes,
three.
pretty sad.
It's just 3 then. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think negative. Do negative modifiers apply to damage?
Yes.
Yes.
This no 12 warlocks.
Blast is really good.
No 12 warlocks. Only use Eldritch Blast ever until like level 6.
That's a bit much.
Also,
until like level
It's
6.
the only damage. It's the only damage cantrip that's good.
and this one is majestic as fuck, so I don't want to hear about it. I still like it. Even though it did nothing. And I passed it, and it also passes a flame onto somebody else. So, yeah.
And so it puts the flame on someone else?
Yeah, so I will pass it on to the nearest of the fake abbeys. And also
Okay,
light that guy on fire.
So it does the D8 plus the D6 -1 to the first target, and then it does a D8 plus 4 to the second target.
Okay, so that is a 7, 11.
All right, so Aberdeen, as you're running, you feel something hit your chest and push you back. You fly off your feet and and fall on your back. As you look up, and the green version of you is standing there holding a green flame blade.
I roll back and I come up with my hands up.
And at this moment you see it begin to grow. It goes from one size to it goes from medium to large as it's standing in front of you.
Alright, so attacking these things, bad idea.
Okay, that's not good. That's really bad. That's the green one?
Mm-hmm.
Really bad. I don't have any of my abilities. And I still have the... Oh, I don't still have that one because we had a long rest, so I can change it. Thank God. None of these are helpful for me right now, so I'll pick later. Okay. And it's my turn to move?
It's Grim's turn right now.
Okay.
Go ahead and try to break your grapple, Grim.
Sick. Alright, let's do it, baby! $13.
13? All right.
Yes.
All right, you were able to break free from the water surrounding your body.
Yes! Get that shit off me! Alright. Grim looks down at Abby. How is Abby looking?
He's looking stressed.
Like stressed, like he has to take a really bad poop, or like stressed, like he's like really late to do his taxes, and he's doing them like literally the day before tax day is due. So he's doing all of his taxes all at once.
Yes.
Alright.
Both of them at the same time.
Oh yeah. Okay. Does he look like he's been hurt?
It looks like you can't tell. He looks very, very like stressed though. It looks like the water, like his sweat is even more so than what it was before. Now it looks like it's just streaming down his face.
All right. I'm going to put my hand on his forehead and by on his forehead I mean like covering his entire face with my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna cast guidance on him.
Mm-hmm.
And as my bonus action, I'm gonna use healing word on him.
Mm-hmm.
Just at first level.
It doesn't do anything.
And I've been noticing that he's been getting progressively more and more stressed the more we hit these.
Roll a perception check with disadvantage because you were grappled.
Okay. Perception check. Fuck. Shit. 9.
Nope, you did not notice.
Fuck. Even with my passive perception being 15?
Nope, because you were being distracted.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just do those two things then, and just as a free action, just be like, guys, Abby's looking real. He's looking real wet. He's looking wetter than the Better than the women he's usually interacting with. Like you know how they always have a little faint like faint dew on their foreheads.
All right,
Whenever they talk to him.
we're gonna go to Aberdeen.
Grim, maybe
Aberdeen.
because you're making them uncomfortable.
Okay. So
Aberdeen-
this-
Jeez, you're stupid, right?
okay.
Aberdeen-
So
As
Go ahead.
Aberdeen is we go back to the vision of Aberdeen. The rain begins to fall harder as this giant version of you that is emerald green is standing in front of you holding this blade. Go ahead.
he's going to attack me. It seems. Right? Or is he just kind of standing there to block my path?
As of right now, it looks like he's just standing there.
And you're just like twirling your mustache.
This is so hard. I'm gonna run up to him
Mm-hmm.
and feint like I'm gonna punch him, and then I'm gonna take the dodge action, whip past him, and do like a spin,
Mm-hmm.
and keep running down the path. I think.
All right.
God, nothing sounds like a good idea.
So you go to whip around him with you're able to dodge his hand. But within that moment, a green wall comes up in front of you as you turn around, and he looks significantly bigger now. You begin to look down at your hands. Down at your hands, and you realize he's not bigger. You're smaller.
And
I guess I already used my action on that dodge, huh?
As you realize that you are now in your young body, your child body.
Fuck it. I'm gonna take a step. I'm gonna take a step towards him. Then, realizing the wall's there, and put my hands up, and I guess I'm waiting until next turn. Dodge gives him disadvantage on attacks against me, at least.
Within your head, you keep hearing "control it, don't let it control you," and then we will go to Segrathun.
All right. Segrathun. He's looking. He takes a quick shimmy upwards, and he looks over to his owl to get the information from last turn. And he nods. He looks back, and the top right Aberdeen.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to cast Gust on and attempt to push him into the water.
All right.
Which color is he? Because I did write puns for all 5.
God.
Top right. Top right.
Cody.
The green one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Still Evergreen then. Okay.
Evergreen.
right.
Strength 16 he has to beat.
All right. Let me. And what's your strength, Aberdeen?
Just 11 plus 0.
Right.
Is it if it's a save at proficiency, so it's plus 3 to saves, plus 0 to checks.
All right. So he
On
rolled a
strength?
19 on strength.
Yeah.
So you are unable to push it to the water. As it just stands there staring at Grim, who's sitting in the middle of them.
And as my free action,
Mhm.
Segrathun's gonna relay the information that the more we hit the Aberclones, we're gonna give him more.
God, I hate
It
this
seems
place.
like we're gonna give him more of a bad time from what my owl could
Right.
perceive.
I was gonna call them Aberdoobs.
Aberdupes.
And for Aberdeen on the inside, within this vision, he feels the wind pushing against him as it begins to push him against the wall. And once he touches the wall, it takes him back to that vision of him being bullied.
Am I gonna have to beat up a child? Is that where this is going?
Literally
My unarmed strikes
everyone
deal
hates us.
1
We are
damage,
now
Albert.
down to beating up kids.
We do not condone beating up children here on the Weird Travelers.
Unless they deserve it.
Unless they're demonic children that laugh in the middle of the night and,
Oh yeah, I'm not taking it easy on those kids. Fuck that.
and their head spins 360 degrees.
Remember,
And they're on the
folks,
ceiling.
Yep.
spay and neuter your animals.
What did that have to do with children? Eddie.
All right. So we're gonna go to Mikis now.
All right. So at this point, I've noticed begrudgingly that if we hurt these things, Abby takes some kind of like neurological damage from it. So I'm not super happy about that. So wait. So what's his current status right now? What's he looking like?
He looks stressed, real
Is
stressed.
he just kind of like completely surrounded by them still, or like?
Yeah. So they're standing around him, and it looks like the only person that their eyes are fixated on is Grimsby.
All right. So at this point, then, oh geez. Okay. I'm going to try to see if I can get past them to Aberdeen. I'm going to use a Misty Step to slide right up to his side. But can I squeeze in between them without them noticing if I use a Misty Step?
You would be there, but on their turn, they wouldn't see you. You wouldn't take any opportunity attacks if you use the Misty Step.
Okay. All right. They're fixated on Grim. I'm gonna slide in and then see if I can jar Abby out of this state he's in, because I don't want to do any more damage.
All right. And you, how do you try to jar him out of the state?
I shake him gently on the shoulder and try to get his attention.
The moment you shake him, you begin to see that he has visible pain on his face, and the Aberdeen on the inside of this vision begins to feel where the blade struck his chest, or struck the green one on the chest.
All right, shit. This time, so I back my hand off and like slide out to kind of the corner where I'm at right now. But I'm just kind of like watching them watch Grimsby. I don't take any other action at this point. I'm just wary of what the hell's going on.
All right, and from here it is Grimsby's turn. They seem to only be watching Grim right now, and the reason why is because, well, that's all. They are just watching Grim right now.
And they've only taken attacks against me.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. And all of these things are all water, correct?
Yes.
No, that's no good. It's not good at all. I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna increase my AC by another 2.
All right.
And then I'm gonna stand my ground.
All right.
All right, Abby's. I'm gonna make sure that my friend Abby here is protected from you. But I'm also gonna make sure that my other friends over there aren't gonna attack Abby, because it looks like every time that you Abby's get attacked, that Abby starts looking more sweaty, like the people that he talks to when he's over there trying to really impress them, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said like 2 seconds ago. Thank you.
And is that your turn, Grim?
Yes, sir.
All right. I need you to make a strength saving throw. Mikis.
$18 minus my 1. 17.
All right. You are pushed to the edge of the lane by the one in blue, and then you're gonna need to roll one more, as they are pushing you away from Aberdeen.
Okay, that is a 15 minus 1 is 14.
I'm gonna roll that one. And this time the black one pushes you into the water. And I'm gonna have you roll an athletics check on your turn. See if you can swim.
You have a pun for the Black Aberdeen?
Oh, yeah, Ebendine.
Ooh, curveball. Nice.
All right, and Aberdeen, it's your turn.
I would have said Abercrombie.
In this moment, you see that, you feel the thing on your chest, and what you see is one of the kids hit you in the chest, and at that moment you came off of the wall and the vision disappeared. But the mark is still on your chest.
Is the green one still in front of me?
It is still in front of you, and it looks bigger than ever.
Okay, I don't have anything. Okay. This is at the end of a long rest. Can I choose my my superiority technique and use that?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I'm going to. It's holding a green.
I'm
flavor,
gonna send you a hint over message. All right, just that way.
I think I know what I'm supposed to do, but I don't know if I've properly figured it out yet.
All right, go for it.
He's not attacking me. It seems, right? He had his opportunity. I still have the teardrop, right?
Yes, the teardrop is in your hand.
I am going to just grip it in a fist and kind of put my fist in my other hand. And I'm going to close my eyes and look up at the rain coming down, or I'm going to close my eyes and move my head up at the rain coming down. And
turns into an Alanis Morissette music video.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And I'm gonna say to her, "There's no control without fear, or without losing it occasionally."
All right. And you begin to see the green version of you begin to shrink down to normal Aberdeen size. And you look in its face, and you begin to realize that it has a fear within its eyes as the weapon that is holding drops. And once it hits the ground, it turns into water. And it is, as the green version of Aberdeen keeps shrinking, the smaller it gets, the more fear it has. As the wall behind you begins to dissipate.
Does he shrink down to my size?
Yeah.
Or like smaller?
He shrinks down to your size.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder. Just look him in the eye. Does he respond?
He looks directly at you.
Kind of knowing cool guy nod and continue down the path.
Knowing cool guy nod.
Yeah.
All right, and on the outside, you guys begin to see the green Aberdeen begin to shrink until it just turns into a puddle of water that begins to slip back into the water.
You did it, Segi!
And from there, it is Sagrathun's turn.
Sagrathun just kind of sees the thing dissipate, and he's like, "Oh, okay," and he kind of like moves over to here. Is everything still watching Grimsby?
This time, so the blue and the black one are watching Mikus in the water. The other two are watching Grimsby.
So no one's watching me.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna.
He's
Wait,
gonna
which
take a
one's
nap
Is
now?
Aberdeen by the altar, or is
No,
Aberdeen
Aberdeen's
the
in
middle
the
one.
middle.
Okay.
Do they not have the name tags on your side?
No.
It's like covered by the icon. Actually, no, I only see my own name tag. I don't see anyone else's. So yeah, they probably can't see
Yeah,
mine.
exactly. Same.
Okay. Never
So-
mind then.
I'm just gonna like slip in here, kind of like, like a busy coffee shop. I'm just trying to get in line, and I pull out from my bag, and like I try to like lean in to where Aberdeen's at, and I light an incense,
Mm-hmm.
and I just kind of place it in front of him, and I'm like,
What a nice incentive.
What
why
is
don't
the
you
scent
just
of your
drown
incense?
in their soft hands?
What is the
Yeah,
scent of your incense?
I
At least
wish,
no one can accuse you of being insensitive.
We're gonna go with we're gonna go with a smell called Confidence Booster,
Yeah, we will.
because they don't give me a scent for the incense. It just says incense, so it's gonna have been from District 4, where those yuppie young and coming wizard kids all go to the hippie shop, and this one's called Confidence Booster, and it smells like sage, mint, and a little bit of hazelnut.
All right.
Oh, smells like nerds. What the fuck?
Yeah, and unwashed basketball.
And Segrathur's, what he's doing, he's like, hey, look, I don't know if this is gonna work, but it's better than nothing.
It's like the
It is
X
just-
body spray of District 3.
And for Aberdeen, you begin to smell the scent of mint, hazelnut, and what was the other one?
Sage.
And sage. As you are running, the aroma begins to fill the air around you.
It smells like pasta flavored tea.
Pasta flavored tea.
All right, and Mikis, I
It's
need
like
you to roll
what
that
you would
athletic
season
check.
a pasta with.
Dude, I don't know what incense are made of.
Okay, so I rolled a 10, but I got a
bet
plus
that smells
2 in athletics, so I got a 12.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you're able to kind of stabilize yourself within the whirlpool that's there. So your head's over the water, but you're not able to get back to the island as you are back over here now because of the movement of the
Well,
water.
fuck me. God damn it, I didn't realize it was a current. Sucks.
And would you like to do anything else?
Which I've already Misty stepped, so I think I'm just kind of. Is there okay? So over at the end, at the other side of the hall where it ends, how does it end? Is it just like slope up? Is there a ledge? Like
Which
can I
end?
reach it? Where
Which
like
end?
Alfie is and Fee down at the other end.
So Zaypug and Alfie are on the other end. That's the place where the books
Oh,
are.
Zaypug.
It's there is a ledge that you can get onto. It's probably around like 3 feet up. You'd have to pull yourself up onto it through the current.
I'm kind of swim that way. I can just
All right.
go try to regroup.
All right. You'd be able to swim this way, and then probably about 15 feet before you had to stop because of the current. It is difficult terrain.
Ah, crap. Alright.
All right, and next up is Grim. Grim, you did notice that the green one has fallen.
Becky, how'd you do that? You made this whole green one disappear.
Yeah, all me. I did this incense thing. I guess it worked. And
Oh.
Segrathun looks to the camera. Not really.
Breaking that fourth wall, baby.
Says the guy with no webcam.
Exactly.
See, Cody's got it for you.
All right.
I can't really do anything. I'm gonna continue concentrating on Shield of Faith on myself so I can have 22 AC, and then I'm gonna put my hands on like my hand's still on Aberdeen's face. I'm gonna just keep it right on his face, and I'm gonna cast another round of guidance.
Sounds good. Let's see. Aberdeen, you can actually feel the guidance being put onto you as you're running through this path. You begin to get to another clearing, and in this clearing, you pass through the clearing, and it opens up this area that you walk in, and you see yourself and Grim, and the only thing you see is you angry yelling at Grim for every single time you've yelled at Grim. You see you and the rage that you are holding and the hurt that is being put onto Grim. And then it flashes to another moment in time where you yelled at Rena before you left. And you just keep going through these moments where you were filled with rage as you begin to get surrounded by boiling water around you. And so that's what's happening with you right now.
Can I get to the other Aberdeen, the one who's yelling at the one that's in front of me, who's yelling at Grim?
Yeah, you can get to him.
Can I walk up in front of him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of put my right hand on his left shoulder, and kind of try to tug him to get him to look in my direction.
So go ahead and roll a charisma saving throw.
Okay, you have a D4.
$22. 22.
How much?
22.
You're able to shake him, and he stops yelling for a moment and looks directly at you. And in this moment, you feel the rage inside of your body of every single time you've gotten angry begin to swell up into your chest.
I give him a hug.
Okay. And in that moment, the heat begins to seize from within your chest, and the Aberdeen that you're holding begins to cry. You begin to feel the tears falling down his face as they begin to they kind of sizzle until he begins to disappear. And you look at the water droplet within your hand, and it swirls with red, and then the red kind of dissipates into the water droplet.
Is little Grim still standing there?
Yes, he is, and he's kind of just sitting there looking sad.
You know, you're the most loyal person I've ever met. And I put my hand out for a fist bump.
Little Grim does give you the fist bump, and the red one does the same thing as the green one did. It falls into a puddle and slips into the water behind it.
I'll do a little tap of the beak, and then keep on going, I guess.
All right, and
Wait,
now
Grim doesn't do anything weird the entire time. Just normal.
Yeah.
I think it was before he learned to speak. I think it was that past Grim.
No, that was for sure before Grim learned how to speak.
No, that's recent Grim. The several times that you've yelled at Grim.
So this is before.
I don't
cussing
know
Grim.
what you're talking about. I play a high-strung character, man. I'm sorry.
And now it is Segrathun's turn.
Segrathun seeing something happened. Oh, hang on.
Hang
Alright,
on,
I'm
something
back.
happened.
Noticing that something happened when he did it, he was like, "Wow, that actually worked." You know, still not really believing it worked, but he just wants to keep fucking with Aberdeen. So he lights another incense. Like he whiffs out the other one. And
What
he
scent is
lights
this
another
one?
This one's called Sunday Surprise, and it smells like dirty gym socks and slightly overripe mangoes.
Slightly overripened what?
Mangoes.
All right.
What are they eating in that room?
Yeah,
Oh my
this
God.
this one begins to also fill the air, and that Aberdeen smells. So now he smells hazelnut, mint, and sage with dirty gym socks and moldy mangoes. All at the
God.
same time.
I wonder if they just all got burned alive and that smell is just their rank clothes just getting incinerated by some sort of demon that the water goddess needed to defeat, but she was busy torturing me and reminding me how much of a dick I've been. Keeps walking.
All right, and do you do anything else?
For that, this was
Sec.
okay.
Segrathun, he looks over to Mikus, and he's like, "Hey, you got anything that smells really bad in that sack of yours?"
I don't know, maybe help me out of this goddamn water and I'll see if I can do something, but for the meantime, I'm just floating along like an asshole while you guys are up there staring at each other. What the hell?
He kind of like nods to Auregard, and Auregard just kind of like, I don't know, like he sits on the perch and he just kind of like looks at Mikus.
Okay.
Hey, just tell him what you want to do.
Alfie flies up next to him and just shakes his head. I'm a heavy dwarf, Segi. You think two little owls can carry me out of this mess?
Well, I don't know, maybe you stopped eating all those muffins.
You never once offered me a muffin. That was one of the things I liked about you.
Yeah,
before we
because you
destroyed
didn't
that
eat
city.
them, because obviously you're heavy enough.
God damn it, Segi. One person that noticed that I'm sitting here treading water is one person that is useless when it comes to helping me.
All right. And now we will go to Grim. Or no, it's Mikus. Mikus, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, so at this point,
I'll be
because
right back.
Segrathun is
Alright.
useless, I have rope on me. So am I able to tie a knot in it and hoist myself up onto the bridge?
You'd have to roll an athletics check for that. First, you have to roll a survival for the knot, and then roll an athletics check for the.
Okay, survival for the knot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
DC 27.
I'm back.
This shit right here.
Okay. Ooh, I got a
You
plus
think-
5 survival.
Mikus can do that?
So that is a 14 survival right there.
All right, you're able to make a rudimentary knot. Go ahead.
Good enough for me.
Go ahead and roll your athletics check.
Was that with the
You ever get a 14 and your DM calls you dumb?
This one, we get more often than not. I just got a knot, so that's funny. But 13, 15 for my athletics.
15, and you're able to toss it onto one of the little poles and pull yourself towards the bridge.
I just watch the owls staring at me, and I look at Alfie, and I'm like, "They're useless too." Thanks, you piece of crap. And then telepathically, he's like, "Bro, it's not worth it." I'm like, "I know. Shut up. I'm not gonna say it out loud."
Auregard just kind of like hoots in a comedic fashion.
So it's like, hoot!
Exactly.
No, I can't destroy you, and you'll just come back. It means I can destroy you again, you stupid bastard.
All right, and from there, we'll go to Grim.
Oh,
Sounds
God.
about right.
Ah. Oh, Jesus. Ah. All right. Grimsby is going to continue to concentrate on the Shield of Faith, but he's also going to use Thaumaturgy and place his beak right next to Abby's ears. Abby, if you can hear me, this is your friend Grim. We're over here on the other side. We're making sure that you're over here staying as positively safe as we can possibly make you. So whatever you gotta do while you're in there in that old noggin of yours, don't you worry. We'll make sure that your sweat is as dry as a peach on a cucumber.
So Aberdeen, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. -1, so 14.
14. So you collapse onto the ground as you hear this loud ringing into your ears.
Yeah, that checks out.
I attempt to, with all of my might, knowing full well that I am within this dream world, I attempt to nut tap Grim.
All right.
Ouch.
Go ahead and roll it.
An attack.
It's a
roll?
nat 20.
Yes.
Yeah, he actually has to nut tap himself.
That's rude.
24.
Got it.
16 plus Dex. I mean, it's...
All right. So
Critical hit.
as he's screaming into his ear, the white Aberdeen comes up, turns Grim, and hits him directly in the nuts.
Oh wait, no, sorry. It goes off strength, so 19.
Oh, he misses then because my AC is 22, baby.
So I thought I could use Dex, but I just checked, and it has to, I think it has to use strength.
All right. So he hits
24 with Dex, 19 with strength.
So he
Goes up
hits
to you.
the chest of Grimsby, and it does nothing as it pings on the.
Wait, okay, can I narrate this one?
Yes.
All right, so the white Aberdeen comes up, pulls Grim, like you know that like really drunk guy in the bar that just like goes up to somebody and like shoves him by the shoulder and like makes it like
His name is
faces it towards him.
Aberblank, please.
Aberblank goes up, like forcefully like faces Grimsby towards him, kicks him right in the crotch, but all you hear is like you know at the beginning of a boxing bout, like the bell, you just hear the ding, because Grimsby's wearing a fucking crotch guard, bro.
Fuck.
Okay. And from there, the black Aberdeen does come up.
Is that just a whole tub of Ben and Jerry's?
Yes.
Respect.
We're really living here at my apartment today.
And he also too knocks on your armor.
Can't touch Grim. I think I have to face 3 more of these guys in these challenges, and it's already 9:30.
I don't know why, but during this entire fight, I have the cartoon theme song from the 90s X-Men playing in the background of my mind. I just hear that during this entire fight.
The last thing that I need,
Alright, lightning run.
I need Grimsby to do is roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh heck yeah!
You begin to feel the water come up and swirl around you. This water is actually a deep blue. It matches the other Aberdeen, but you're able to kind of pull yourself out of the hold that it was about to put on you.
Sick. Don't even try it.
And from there, it is Segrathun's turn.
Nice. So I really don't want to, but Segrathun kind of looks over at Mikis to see how Mikis feels now that he's out of the water.
For the record, I have not even fully pulled myself out of the water yet. I'm just like taking a rest on the edge. I'm just like, fuck this. I don't even know, like, because so no one helped me. No one fucking helped me.
Are the Aberdeen still looking at or the Aberdoops?
They're all
still looking
focused on Grim now.
He just kind of like awkwardly shimmies through. And he just kind of like offers a hand up to help Mikis up.
Oh, you finally shows up. Did you have a nap on the way here? Thanks, Seggy. Better late than never, I guess.
As he's holding his hand, up there. He's like, I could drop you right now.
I'll take you with me, you smug son of a bitch. Kidnapping at the bottom of this little lake.
There's a moment of eye contact, and then Segrathun, he smirks a bit as he pulls up Nikus.
And then they just kind of like Mikus is like, yeah. Like it's all in good fun.
Yeah. And and then with that he just kind of like looks over to see what the big schmeedy orc is doing.
The orc
he's been kind of
reading.
irrelevant this whole time.
The orc is currently reading.
Hey, you know that's
Oh,
a
so he
picture
just
book
cannot be
over there.
bothered with all the shenanigans we've just gotten into.
He turns and says, "Yeah, I know it's a picture book."
Yeah, well, you know what's not a. Never mind. He's pissed. Like he finds it funny that the guy who held him over the edge
Mhm.
is now suddenly just not doing anything.
So
yeah,
from
that's his
there, it is now Mikus' turn.
Segi, I think that might have the right idea. I think maybe we just go wait this one out. I don't know if like
you
barely
think
even
so?
did anything. I can push in the water. I ain't going back in there.
And he turns around. He looks at Grimsby just screaming in Aberdeen's ear, and he's like,
Did Abby go
Yeah,
through enough? And we just
yeah,
wait till this
you're
blows
right.
over. Yeah, right. Exactly.
starts
Thank you.
walking away.
Yeah, you want a drink? We got something to drink down here.
You got something to drink? Okay.
I love the slow clicking of one square at a time.
And then at that point, Mikus is going through his bag. He pulls out the jar of black ichor he has from like battles before. He's like, oh yeah, shit, I forgot about that. Put that back in. We don't want to drink that one.
All right, and from there,
You gonna move her?
it is Grimsby's turn.
Abby, I really believe the heck in you, buddy. And cast another round of guidance at him. Come on, you got this. There's only like 1, 2, 3. There's 3 more, Abby. You got this, buddy.
No thaumaturgy mega boost this time.
Exactly. They're
The
concentrating
ring-
on show the faith.
The ring in Aberdeen's ear is a little bit less as he begins to run down the path that opened up. He gets to a point where he gets to another clearing, and in this clearing, he notices that there is someone in the corner just crying.
And it's not.
Um,
No, I'm just-
I will approach and stop at about maybe 10 feet away
All
to
right.
see if I can tell who it is.
You begin to notice who. You begin to actually recognize this person as they are a lot smaller than normal. And they have more of a high-pitched cry to them.
It's Kid Me, right?
Nope. This one's a female.
Wait, who is it? What? I'm gonna walk
As-
up and crouch down to look at her.
You look at her and she turns around and you realize it's Tania, fully blacked out, tears running down her face, and she goes, "Why? Why didn't you save me? Where were you? You left us there alone."
Tania, I swear I wanted to. I wasn't fast enough, and I didn't prepare you enough.
And at this point, she stands up and she pushes you away. And this time, everyone on the outside notices that the water that is around the little island begins to raise up as the other two Aberdeens step out onto the bridge. The black one's here. And this time they pull out from their hands. They both grow bows, and the black one moves right here.
Are they pointed at me
They're
and
looking at-
Mikus?
Yeah, they're looking at both you and Mikus right now. And Grimsby is in this water wall with Aberdeen and the black Aberdeen.
A crap.
Do they pull out the bows
Yes,
and draw them, or are they just looking at us?
they pull out the bows and they draw them.
Oh fuck. Hey, soft hands. Those drinks might have to wait.
Apparently so. God damn it. What are we gonna do? These guys, I mean, as far as I know, hurting them is just gonna hurt Abby. He's gotta finish his spirit quest or something, but if I swear to God, if I get shot with one arrow, I don't like it. I don't like this thing.
Yeah, I think we should get around a corner. Maybe, put one of those tables up. Oh shit.
As you guys are talking, the arrows do fly past your guys' head.
Yeah, I definitely want to go for cover behind one of the tables.
And so from there, we'll go to Sagrathun. It is your turn.
Yeah, so he just kind of he goes over here. He
Mhm.
kind of pulls the table from under the orc, and he makes it. He plops it down into cover,
Mhm.
not really caring what the orc thinks.
The orc is just holding the book, and you you pull the table and flip it, and he's just like, "What are you doing?" As the arrows fly by him, and he's like, he closes the book and he turns around and he
Yeah, hey,
stands up.
remember when you helped me out for doing exactly what you're doing?
He looks at you. He says,
Yeah, hypocritical.
"I'm not the captain here."
No
he
one is the
turns
captain
around.
here.
Yeah, cause everyone on your crew fucking died. Anyway,
We're about to be filleted.
yeah, can
Is
you
that the proper
can
verb?
you do that thing that you boasted about catching the arrows and help, be useful? Oh, it stings, doesn't it? Stings, doesn't it? As another arrow wishes by Segrathun's head.
Yep. And at this point, Zapug is gonna go, and he walks out.
Ha!
What
Well.
in the hell? A lot of good he was.
Yeah,
He looks
much for that?
directly. So he looks directly in Sagrathun's eyes, and at this point, he looks done with Sagrathun as he begins to walk away.
yeah, just don't go in my captain's quarters. Fucking prick. Watch, he's gonna go through and he's gonna find that one thing that's super valuable to me. Gosh.
All right.
Don't
And-
you hate it when people try to do that, Mikus?
Oh, I don't have anything of value left.
You have your sense of humor.
Is that really valuable?
I mean,
Kind of tarnished at this point.
it's probably gotten us saved at least once or twice.
I would like to hope so. On a good
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you, Seggy. Also, yeah, he's just Mikus is just sitting with his knees up behind the table, completely covered by the table because he's so
Yeah.
short. So at this point, he's safe. The arrows are whizzing by, and he's just not worried about it at all.
All right, and from there, it is Mikus's turn.
All right, so hear me out, Seggy. I'm gonna try to send Alfie over to communicate with Grimsby and see if maybe we can get his perspective on this whole thing. So,
You see that giant water wall right there?
yeah, I mean, let's see, my owl might be better than your owl. All right, we're gonna find out.
Oh, okay. Hey, Alregard.
Oh, is this an owl off we're gonna have?
Yeah. Yeah, it's one big hootenanny.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, Stuart. I'm so proud.
God, I hate this stream. I hate this place.
All All right, and
This is
from
our best
there,
episode.
we're gonna go to Grim.
Does Grimsby realize that there's a water wall behind him?
Yes.
Grimsby grabs Aberdeen by the shirt, and once again in thaumaturgy, Abby! I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a giant water wall right behind me, and I mean I'm gonna be real honest with you, Abby. I'm not really sure what it's gonna do. Oh geez, I have also no idea where Mikus and Segi went, so I'm effectively here alone. So you gotta kick it into gear, buddy, and you gotta really
He
make
needs
sure
adult
that
supervision.
gotta really make sure that you're doing the things and doing the do.
All
I
right,
am
and-
not adult, okay? Don't call me adult.
Also, he's
And
gonna do the
as
do.
in the midst of you talking to Tania, you're saying I tried. You begin to hear that ringing as it begins to push you back, and Tania turns around and pushes you, and she like, no, it's your fault. I trusted you.
Tania, I tried
this-
to save you.
In this moment, you look down at your hand, and the ichor mark that you had on your hand begins to swell more and more as an effigy of something entirely different pops up behind her. Something very grim, something dark. It looks like a shadow. She looks at you.
I can't discern any like details off of it. It's just like a shadow figure. From
You and it feels very, very, very hostile. As your hand begins to feel you feel pain in your right the arm that doesn't have your mark, so it'd be your right arm.
Tania, I wanted to do everything that I could at that time, but I mean, I feel like your actions are your own, innit? It's. I did my part. The situation is my fault, but I did my part. I tried to get us out of it, and look, man, you died, and that wasn't. I didn't kill you.
At this point, you see you turn and you see Dasa standing next to you, and she looks directly at the effigy which is standing behind Tania, and Tania goes, "I'm going to avenge myself. You just wait." As she dissipates with this dark effigy, and the pain in your arm begins to subside.
We look at Thassa.
She looks at you
Say-
and she goes, "What was that?"
I don't know what you want from me. You tell me not to control everything, and that was something that was out of my control.
She turns and she seems very troubled, and she says, and the opening to the next place opens, and she points. She says, "Just go. I'm going to figure it out." As the black Aberdeen does dissipate, and from behind Grimsby, the wall opens, and the white Aberdeen comes in. Ablankdeen comes in.
Just thoughts that disappear?
Yeah, Thassa disappeared.
Alright, I guess I'll continue.
All right, and from there we'll go to Segrathun. You notice that the other Aberdeen has gone into the wall, but the blue one is still sitting there.
Oh, okay. So there's only 2 left now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Segrathun just gives a sharp whistle as Alregard just beelines it
Mhm.
for Aberdeen.
I need you to roll a strength saving throw for your owl.
Strength. All
Mhm.
right, that is going to be a 19.
Your owl is able to burst through the wall of water and get to Aberdeen.
Who was that? Who was that? As he
What does the owl add to strength?
Okay.
Oh, man. That was just a natural 19. I didn't even bother to look up its stats.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, you see Segerthune just kind of giving a shit grin over to soft hands.
All right, and now it is Mikas's turn.
All right, so after I see Auergard's fresh owl's hole through the water, I'm going to.
There's no hole through the water. The water did cover back up as it
God
was
damn
a
it.
flow.
All right, well, at this point, I look at Alfie, and I'm like, is it? Looks like he's got this, right? Yeah, you're good. And I give Alfie a pass.
Oh, you played me dirty. Okay.
You're properly motivated, Segi. Properly motivated.
Oh.
And and then I'm chilling. I'm gonna take a pass on this one because I'm safe behind this table still. Why should I fuck that up? I moved to get a little bit of a better view, but I'm still safe behind another table I knocked over.
All right, and from there it's Grimm's turn.
No thaumaturgy. Abby! Can you hear me? You're doing a really good job. Here, have some more guidance. And
Perfect,
Grim
and
ends his
you
turn.
feel guided. So Aberdeen, as you're going down this lane, you keep hearing the words of Tania ringing in your ears. She's saying she's going to get her own revenge, going through your ears as you're running through, and then you hear the similar ringing, but the ringing now sounds like her voice has just gotten louder and louder until you get to this next place and everything goes quiet. You look around and you are back in the castle. As you are watching mirrors sitting there over a scrying orb, watching you and everyone else torture Ted.
Oh no.
I did not torture Ted.
Exactly. That's the point.
But you didn't stop it.
I tried. All right,
You
I can
tried.
only roll so high, man.
He had it coming, just for the record. Whether we helped or not, we were all privy to the information.
All I can say is fuck Ted.
And in your mind, you begin to hear, is this your version of control?
No, that's me without control. That's me when I'm not strong enough to pull somebody away, to push someone to the side, to protect someone. That was me failing.
And as you watch Mirrors hold this orb, he's just watching, and then the picture switches to Mirrors outside of the house that's burning with the black fire, and she goes, the justice that you can have controlled, but you didn't. Can you live with it?
Tell me what I could have done.
I don't know. I wasn't there. Simply put, these are the things that you must accept and find a way to control. As Mirrors looks directly into it walks up to you and looks directly into your eyes, and she goes, he had a twisted form of control. He felt that this was justified in what he was doing. His life was in danger. Is this the kind of justice you want to hold to control?
That was not justice. What he did. And he knew it. You can see it in his eyes. He knew it. His dead little eyes. And I don't even know if killing him was control, but no, that's not what I want.
And Mirrors puts his hand on your shoulder. And the face, the mirror, or the mirrors that you see, his face begins to warp and to look into yours as if it was directly a mirror, but this time it is white. And he puts his hand on your shoulder, and she goes, you must find a way to control justice. It is the only way. As it begins to sink, and you run into the final path, and you see you in the middle of the next opening. And then we will go to Segarthu.
Segarthun kind of a little ticked off that Nikus just kind of like played him. He's just kind of like, and he just has freaking Alregard just sit on Aberdeen's head, and he snaps, and Alregard just pecks Aberdeen's head once. And then Segarthun starts digging through the books in the bookshelf to see if he can find anything.
All right, go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Alrighty. Alright, that's going to be a nat 1.
You find nothing that is of use to you.
You find book.
I was going to say a book falls on my head.
A book falls on your head. It's blank.
This is why I don't like
except
reading.
for the cover, which says, this is what happens when you mess with a bookshelf that isn't yours.
Is it a moleskin or is it like a shitty Amazon Basics?
Shitty Amazon Basics.
God.
And from there, it is Mikis' turn. They have ceased the shooting at you guys. You've noticed that there's no arrows going towards you guys.
Okay, so at this point, I'm going to... Wait, there's still the wall of water, though, right?
Yes, there's still a wall of water.
Okay.
But it's starting to dissipate. It's probably about halfway.
Okay, so I'm going to send Alfie over the wall and just do kind of a perimeter sweep and see what's going on over there.
It's just Grim and Aberdeen sitting there. Auregard is sitting on top of his head and pecking at him.
All right, cool. Then Alfie comes back and chills, and I don't seem worried. We're still just going to wait for Abby to finish this little spirit quest. I'm going to keep going through books on the wall as well.
All right. Go ahead and roll a d20.
Nat 20!
No. Oh, I hate you.
You find a book of Eldritch magic.
Ooh.
And it speaks about how to switch patrons and what it requires.
Handy. I'm going to try not to look too excited because I know it'll just kick Seg in the balls that much more. But I'm still going to smirk at him.
All right, and now it's Grim's turn.
You always guys get me whenever I have something in my mouth.
Yep. Grim, before your turn, you do notice that on the left arm of Aberdeen, the black mark has gotten bigger. Before you couldn't see it, but now it's wrapped fully around his hand. His hand looks like it has a glove on it, and it is just wrapped fully around it.
Alrighty. Okay. Can I cast Dispel Magic on it?
You can try.
Yeah, let's try it. What do I roll? It's DC 10 plus the spell's level.
You're gonna need to roll DC 15.
And I just add my spell modifier to it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Roll. Natural 20 plus 5.
All right. So as you focus on his hand, you begin to cast this spell, and the ichor begins to dissipate into his hand back to the middle until a droplet falls off. You see the weapon that he had in the back, the sword, crumbles into dust.
Well, that goes that. Friggin', I gotta make sure that Abby doesn't just go around touching random weapons again. But be safe from this now.
What just happened?
The sword that you had, the cursed sword,
Was disintegrated?
was disintegrated.
Let me just mark that off real quick. Alright.
And finally, Aberdeen gets to this ending, and Grim, you notice that the wall of water falls down as the blue Aberdeen begins to walk around and sits directly in front of Aberdeen. In this moment, you see the Aberdeen that is in front of Abby with a smile on his face. And in Aberdeen's test, he runs in and he sees this very calm and controlled Aberdeen just looking at him with a smile. And Thassa begins to speak to him in a very calming voice, and it begins to feel like the water's rushing over you again. And she goes, this is you in full control. Aberdeen begins to see the trees fall and the ocean begins to rise around the platform that they're now on, and you're seeing waves go around, and the wave begins to grow until it's as big as a tsunami, and it begins to just keep flowing around the island. And what you guys see is the same thing within the pool that's within the area, and it just begins to circle around the island, covering the bridges that are there, as Aberdeen seems to be no longer stressed but in control of the water in a much more major fashion, as she puts her hand on his shoulder, and this Aberdeen puts his hand on his shoulder. In that moment, the blue Aberdeen flips into Aberdeen as the mark itself begins to fully encompass his hand, and the weapon in and of itself attunes to him and turns into the weapon that he wanted from the bow. And now it is a crossbow on his arm.
There's so many other things that I couldn't control or I failed to control. I don't know what I could have done in the moment to help Tania, and I lost control with Arden, and I knew I needed to have it in the first place, but I didn't.
Thassa looks at you.
I can control Ted. So many things.
Thassa looks at you, and this time her look is cold. She looks at you and she says, "That was not supposed to be the test. I don't know what happened there."
What? What you? That wasn't you.
Something infiltrated this sequence.
What about? Well, I think I know what that was. What about Fee? He's my friend. He died fighting side by side with me. And then came back only for me to be put in charge of how to handle the situation and for him to be turned to stone during that same fight.
She looks at you and turns her head. Do you feel like you're truly out of control of that situation right now?
Not entirely. Feel lost. I'm the one with the compass, but I don't know what way to go.
Aberdeen, simply put, the way to control is hard. You will fail. But the point is to acknowledge those failures and not to allow them to control you.
Yeah. It's hard to choose. You know, maybe with you as being the ocean, it's a little bit easier, but for me, I'm either an oar or I'm a sail. And how to tell which one at which time.
I have faith in you. You've passed the test. The most telling one was the very first one.
Well,
as you... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I think I'd like to go help my friend now.
And as you say that, the light around you begins to return. I'm going to need to roll some dice.
You need me to roll some dice, or you're going to need to roll some dice?
I need to roll some dice.
Also, let me know as soon as Aberdeen starts coming to. I want to do a bit.
All right. Aberdeen, you're going to take 21 psychic damage from all of the hits that were taken during the fight.
Okay, fuck, man. Thanks, guys.
As it all comes to you.
Oh, can I use my fucking thing on it?
Yeah, you can.
Yes. Protected field. I rolled a 5. Okay, so -8.
All right, so you take
13.
16. Oh yeah,
16.
Yeah.
16. Right? 16?
You
You
said
took
minus
21?
5, minus 5, or minus 8.
-8.
Minus 8. Then it's 13. 13 damage.
So much better.
As you feel all of the impacts that happened during the fight, including the thaumaturgy talks in your ear,
Oh my God.
as they all come at once. And they rack your mind a little bit before you feel the stillness of the water again. And the water that is around the island has now become calm.
Am I awake?
You are awake.
All right.
Turn around and look at Grim.
Wait, right as you open up your eyes, you are greeted with the immediate sight of Grim, like his beak is like pretty much touching your nose,
Oh
and
my
he's grabbing
God,
onto your shirt,
man.
shaking you. Abby, you need to come back.
I'm back.
All
I'm
the
back.
fake
I'm back.
Abbies
I'm back.
have died. Oh, Abby, you're back.
As he right before he stops, because I feel like he's not getting it.
Mhm.
Do I have my cantrip now?
Yes.
I pull some water with my hand without looking and just like splash him in the face with like a cup full of water, basically. And I'm just
Sounds
like,
good.
I'm back.
God,
And then, like,
oh God, no!
just splash it with some water.
Abby, the other Abbies are back. Oh God.
No, man, the Blue Man crew is gone. It's just me now.
And you get pecked on the head by Alregard.
Oh, God. How long was I out for? Wait, is this... Have you guys been waiting down here for me the entire time? That was... How long was I out for?
Well, that depends on who you're asking.
It was probably for you guys. It was probably about 7 minutes, but for him, it felt like several hours within
And for
this
us, it was
span.
a solid 2 hours.
Oh
Yes.
my God, it felt like a lot longer than that. Well, couple things. I think I did well, mostly. The goo that got into my blood when I touched the sword tried to basically eat my brain. And I don't know what we're going to do about that, but we probably need to handle that. And Thassa, that's her, and I point to the goddess.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks that she implied that we have some sort of control over Fee's situation. I think we can do something there. And either least or most important, depending on your opinion, I can do this. And I flick my wrist and summon a fucking crossbow into my hand.
Nice.
And it's got the
God,
like
that's so
cold
cool.
iron like grip
Mm-hmm.
with like the tentacles that basically like fits the same design of what like
Right.
Of what Grim made. And then the string and the limbs are made of like solid ice, and I just like into my hand,
That's sick.
and you see like
That's
rather
fucking tight.
than purely the like telekinesis that moves the bolts around, they're like slightly covered in water, and I
Right.
like jump one, and like a little trail of water jumps it into the mechanism.
God, so cool.
I got this too.
Oh
hey,
my
he's
God,
up.
Abby, that's so cool.
Hey, soft hands, you can come out now. He's up.
I'm just making sure this isn't gonna backfire for us.
I don't think it will, and I put the crossbow away. I like unsummon it and hang the grip off my belt. I leave my other weapon there, so I just kind of nonchalantly hang this decorative thing off my belt as if it's
Mhm.
not a weapon.
And you
sorry
feel a
about
lot
that,
less.
folks.
You also feel a lot lighter as you notice the sword that you had is now gone.
Oh, that's right. Your cursed sword's gone too. Nice.
Grim, did you do something? What was that?
Oh yeah,
heard?
the gross thing was it was starting to go all over your hand, and it looked like it was making this weird sleeve. So I kind of just got rid of it.
What? That was Tania. I saw Tania. That was her.
Wait, you got rid of that thing? How?
I mean, I just got rid of the magic. I'm sure you could do it too.
Wait,
You
is this
can do that?
and the sword too?
Of course I can. I mean, the sword was attached to the curse. I don't believe that was Tania. I don't believe that was Tania for a second. I think that was something that took her image and morphed it into something bad. I always got a bad feeling from that sword.
If it was something using her, then it said that it would get revenge. So we'll see how that goes. You guys look a little shaken. About as much as I do, to be honest.
Yeah, you went on a
Are
spirit
you
quest.
good?
We were out here just staring down your skittled doppelgangers.
Oh,
yeah, and the
you saw them too.
Oh yeah, they saw us also. We did not like them.
oh
Oh
yeah,
god.
nasty.
you-
That is.
You notice that
Definitely.
Mikis is doused in water. He is.
I'll shape water and pull the water out of him.
Oh, thanks,
good.
buddy.
Oh, Abby, you look
Yeah.
you look like a little worse for wear. Here you go. And I'm gonna just cast a quick healing word level 2 at you and give you a. Wow, that's awful. Just awful. Both ones. 7.
All right.
And
I'm still pretty close to full.
And
Thank
Sagrathun,
you, man.
you once you walk down that hallway, you notice that there's an open door that's slightly open.
Sagrathun just kind of like gives a little whistle and he points to the door, and Alregard kind of goes in first.
All right. You notice that there's a well and 3 chests.
Oh boy. Sagrathun just kind of like peeks in, and he thinks for a moment. Hey Grim,
Oh, what's up, Seggy?
there's treasure in here.
Grimsby runs over. And he just
Yeah,
busts
yeah,
into
right
the
through
room.
there. Right through there.
Busts right into the room
Mm-hmm.
and goes to the chest to his immediate right and opens it.
All right, you open it and you
God damn
find. Let's see.
I
So
shoved
you
past Sagrathun expecting a disaster.
Hey.
So in that chest, you find enough gems to make about 10,000 gold.
Oh boy.
What?
Nice.
All right. Yeah, blue guy. You do the honors on the next one. I'll just stand right here.
I'm gonna start with the ye old investigation.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll.
So much. 28.
As you investigate the chest, it doesn't seem like there's anything on the chest.
I will open it.
You open it, and there in it, once you lift it open, there is a flask with a cork in it with this kind of greenish liquid.
This looks safe, right, guys? I think.
Yeah, give me that.
I pop the cap,
Well-
and then I'm gonna act like I'm going to knock it back, but I'm gonna sleight of hand the cap back on and pretend to drink it.
Wait, Abby, hold up.
I mean, all right. Your funeral.
Wait, hang on. It's Oh my god, 30 for sleight of hand. So
Oh, no one
Damn.
even noticed that you
so
put the cap back
I
on.
pretend to drink the entire thing,
Mhm.
and then I drop to the floor.
Oh God.
Can I make a perception check just to see if the green is still in the bottle?
Go ahead and roll. See if you notice what's going on.
I feel like with a 30, I could like drop it in a way where you can't.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you can roll. You just have to match that 30.
Grimsby immediately drops to his knees and starts shoving more healing words down into
Alrighty.
Abby.
Wait, no, save it. Don't use your spells. It's
Another second
Here.
level healing word.
God damn it.
13.
You happy? Look,
Okay,
look,
I'm
look
at-
what
I'm
your
at
little
full, I'm at full.
shenanigans do.
Well, I mean,
Sagrathun.
there's something in here. It's probably poison or something. Yeah, what do you want to check it out?
I
Yeah,
can check it
hand
out.
that over.
Okay, I'll give it to Sagrathun. Was there anything else in the chest?
No, that one specifically just had that flask.
Plus 8 medicine check.
That was fun.
You didn't have it in your hand.
I'm gonna take a
That's
peek.
what I said. Pass it over.
He said it first, I think. I'm gonna take an investigation check at the next one.
I was gonna
21.
do
I
that.
love. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Then
that's why I
I will.
moved
I will.
over.
I will see him about to walk up, and I'll like
Mhm.
lean in and be like, "No, you do the honors."
All right. There's nothing on this one. As you open it up, you see 5,000 gold pieces within this
Oh.
chest.
Okay. Well, yeah, there you go. Hey, Grim, you got all those gems over there. I got all these shiny coins. You wanna trade?
Abby, does that seem like a good idea?
No, he wouldn't offer that if it wasn't good for him. I say we split them all. We split the money because the money has already been exchanged, and then we piece out the gems to see what type of gems they are. I know that y'all need different sort of gems every now and then for your spells in it, and
Yeah,
so
that's
figure out
why.
that
Coin
part,
comes and
then-
goes. The gems, I need those. Yeah.
So we
Yeah, I
pot
need them
out the
too, fool.
gold equally between all of us, and you guys figure out what types of gems you
Wait,
need,
wait,
and
wait,
we
wait,
go
wait.
from there.
Birdbrain, you just call me a fool?
Oh no, that was out of character.
Oh. You just call me a fool, Birdbrain?
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't said a word.
Yeah, at worst he implied it.
Okay. I see you. I see.
Grim is visually confused as he does not know what is going on.
What is that in the
Uh,
middle of the room?
It's a
It-
well.
it's a well.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Well.
Is there a
And with
rope
that,
attached to the well?
Soft hands volunteer
No.
to go down first.
I had a bad experience as a child.
Oh, I
Can I
bet you
see
have.
Can I see any water at the bottom?
Yes, you can.
How far down?
It's probably about 30 feet.
Can I make an acrobatics check to try to land softly?
All right,
want
go ahead
rope?
and
Yeah, the range.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll rope scale down. I'll rope scale down, and then
Mhm.
You
I
got
will.
rope.
Okay, yeah, I'll just scale it down.
Segerthud says that as you're like just about to jump in.
I'm like, oh wait, no, yeah, that makes more sense. And I'll scale down with the rope.
all right, you scale
And
down.
I'll like Spider-Man hang upside down. Do I see? Wait,
Mhm.
do I see anything before I touch the water?
No, the water seems crystal clear.
Spider-Man hang, dunk my head in the water.
You feel a calmness, and in this moment, Dasa speaks to you, and you hear it clearly. And she basically tells you that the potion is there to put you in control of your situation.
Well, that was easier than anticipated. Can I see the bottom of the water?
No, it's deep.
Oh. Can I? It's a cantrip, so I might be asking a little bit, but I can control a 5-foot cube of water. Can I create an air bubble for myself and swim down with a little bit of extra air?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Fuck yeah. Okay. I'm gonna let go of the rope and kick off and shoot myself down and hold as much water as I can. Obviously I have like my regular breathing and everything, but I'll try to give myself a little bit extra and I'll shoot myself down. Is it a straight shot down or does it open up?
It opens up. It looks like there is an entire ocean underneath the ground.
Guys, yeah, there's no weight on this rope anymore. As he pulls up, the,
You pull the rope up?
as he pulls up the rope, I say, since we haven't split the gold yet, we can just forget about I have this potion. We can figure out what it does. I don't think we should go in after that, and that does not mean you, Birdbrain. That does not mean you go in after him with all that plate gear on.
I mean, he was able to slide out of the rope that fast. Don't you think he can maybe, like, I don't know, salmon his way back upstream or something?
I mean,
Hopefully.
I think maybe he should have tied a better knot. Something probably grabbed him.
I mean, are you going to count Abby out?
I mean, like, do you want to go down there and check?
Do I
can
look like I
toss
want to
you
go
down
down
this
there
well.
and check?
I mean, you have
Grim?
that thing, don't you?
So
You can
in
just
this
jump
moment,
right out.
in this moment, Grim feels the heat from that he felt when Gond was trying to talk to him beforehand, and this time it sounds like Gond is at war with himself again.
Oh,
And
Oh.
the deeper Aberdeen gets, the hotter you feel.
Do I see
Oh.
anything down there? I'm not gonna go super far.
As
Like,
you go down,
is
you
there
begin.
anything noticeable, or is it just like open?
Well, it's open until you get to a certain point. You're probably about 20 feet underneath the water as you reach the first flooring, and you see a picture of a flame god. And you hear, "Wake my brother. He'll be able to help."
Ah, I'm burning up for you, baby.
What?
I put my hand on the picture.
You put your hand on the picture, and you feel your hand gets seared as your hand's on there. And through the water, you hear a bellow. "Who are you?" and you are shot back through the well, all the way
Oh
up,
my god! I'm just fucking projected up.
projected out.
I pop up, and then as I like pop up out of the water, I freeze the water below me and land on it with my feet. And it's I don't know, it's probably not very thick. I like try to like land on it instead of I reach for the rope that's not there. Hey, give me the rope back. The rope, please.
So
Sarah,
biggest
while
drop
you're
his
saying
rope
that-
down.
What do you know? Yeah.
As you're
here.
saying that, you feel the water underneath you boiling. It begins the temperature begins
rope.
to
Okay.
rise.
And Segerthun just kind of like tosses everything down, and can I roll to see if I throw it down the whole road?
Go ahead and roll.
Wait, what?
Is that a sleight of
So
hand?
the
or-
whole
Sleight
rope?
of hand.
You told me to hurry, so I'm hurrying, right?
He's gonna see if he accidentally throws the entire rope down.
God damn it.
What is that gonna be?
Roll a sleight of hand.
All right, that is an 18. You are lucky.
You pass.
Okay, here.
Climb up. Grim, there's
At
someone
this-
down there that wants to talk to you, man.
Grim is writhing in pain. Oh God! Good.
Yep. Wait, I'm back. Hang on. You gotta take this off. And I start unstrapping his armor.
Yeah, Grim takes his armor off as quickly as possible and gets down nothing to nothing but his bird skin.
Hang on,
And
don't go yet.
He gives himself guidance.
I have 50 feet of rope. I'm gonna tie it to Segerthun's 50 feet of rope. I'm gonna tie it to Grimsby's belt.
Grimsby jumps in.
And then wait, no. I reach for Grimsby's rope, and he jumps in. So you have 100
All right.
feet.
So Grim goes 30 feet down. He hits the water, and the water is hot, but it's matching his body temperature right now. It kind of feels a little bit cooling to him as he begins to swim down, and he gets to this painting that Aberdeen touched.
Oh, will you tell us what it looks like, actually?
It looks like there's a golden anvil with a man behind it, and this man has fire behind him as he's wearing a helmet that is reminiscent of the Spartans, as he is looking directly at whoever is there, and you can tell the anger and passion within these eyes. Grim touches it, and within that moment, he sees his own trademark that he created in Windbreak around his hand while it's on the painting. The flames begin to wrap around his hand, and you begin to feel a difference from Gond himself. It feels like he's changed in a way. As a matter of fact, he feels a lot more passionate. And he says, "All right, boy, come find me." As you are also shot back through the water.
Oh God!
Someone really should put a sign here, Soft Hands, that says splash zone. Like,
For real, there's just this creepy ass well shooting people all over the place in the middle of this room, and there's no
look,
signs.
Look, this robe is all wet now. It's just
Yeah, this is too much.
Yeah.
And Grimsby, once he's going up, Aberdeen, I need you to roll a perception check.
My specialty, 4.
4? Never mind,
Yes,
you
I
don't
love
notice it.
perception.
You did have
Wait,
guidance.
Hang on. If I
No, he
were
didn't
to
have
instead
guidance.
say my passive perception is
Mm-hmm.
a whopping 12.
Okay. We'll go with your passive perception because you're actually actively looking at Grim.
Fuck.
Grim's shot up and his hand's in the air, and you notice a flame mark on his hand as he's coming up.
I say nothing, but
Mhm.
when I grab his hand to pull him up,
Mm-hmm.
I like kind of freeze the water a little bit to try
Okay.
to like cool it off as I pull him up, just to see if I can help him a little bit in case it hurts.
Sounds good. And Grim doesn't feel anything anymore. His body temperature's come down. It's back to normal, and
But you
He's-
just think
he
I
no
have
longer-
bad circulation.
he no longer hears Gond at all. All he hears is every single time he tries to talk to him, he hears, "Come find me."
Oh, I guess we're not done here. And does the voice sound like Gond, or?
This one sounds a lot more raspy, more battle-hardened.
There's usually when I talk to Gond, he's the one who responds, and he has a much more gentle, he's very deep but more gentle voice. This voice I don't recognize, and it's telling me to find him. It's completely replaced Gond. I'd really appreciate it if you guys helped me out with this. I don't think I could do it by myself.
Well, I assume that's what we were gonna do anyway. I mean, we're all stuck with each other, right?
Grimsby gets really happy for a second and starts like, giddy jumping up. So naked.
Grim, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm sort of inclined to believe her at this point in time. Bassa did say in some sort of way that I think that was her brother.
So then, you and I are much more connected than I guess we originally anticipated, huh, Abby?
Oh God, Segrathun walks away at the sappiness.
Oh, you getting jealous, Segi? You getting jealous now, Segi?
I think we've always been this connected, bud. And I kind of pull him up, and I think we'll walk out. I think. Oh, also, Seg, the potion, please.
I'm already way over here. Can't hear you. Sorry.
Just
Sorry,
stop.
I can't hear you. I'm
Fucking
all the way over
goddamn
here.
it, This fucking guy.
Here, wait, try it again, Abby. And Grimsby casts Thaumaturgy as he's putting his armor back on
The potion!
Yeah, we still got one more door. Come on. I mean, let's be honest. B's not going anywhere. So.
Let's try the door. I guess. Do you want to look at it, or would you like me to?
Would we know if?
Wait,
I'll
look at it.
Before that, would we know if we have to get to Fee before a certain period of time, or?
No, he's petrified. It's a stasis, right?
Well,
You
no,
don't know how
that's what I'm
long you
asking.
have.
Yeah. I think we should go over and fix up our friend if that's gonna give us the ability to.
Segrathun's already investigating the door.
You take a look at the door. Do not open it. I will quietly
give a
open
roll,
it.
or-
If it is safe,
Go
I
ahead and
will
roll.
Oh, hello?
quietly open it and peek through. And
What was
we'll
that again?
decide after I peek through.
Hello?
I think everyone's good. I hear it.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh no.
Weird. So he obviously rolls a nat 20 for a total of 28 on his investigation check.
To keep up with the traditional Edgethune. The Edgethune who
Sounds like he just texted Albert.
He did.
What's going on?
He said 1 second.
Oh, okay, cool.
This pause has been brought to you by YouTube.
Shitty internet.
Whoa, hang on. There's two things we got to plug here. One, Jay Razman, Jerazzman. He's the awesome artist that did all of our portraits, all of our character art, and everything.
Except for Segrathun, because he said has yet to do his own.
He is, I believe, he's currently in progress for Segrathun. The Segrathun one is done by someone talented, but less talented in that way.
Whoa!
Than Jay. I feel like the person who drew this would not personally put his art up against Jay's wonderful art. So, although he has many other wonderful skills,
He already talked about it.
He's a great host, and you can see him host on Thursday on the Real Stupid Review Show when we talking about or fucking talk about Attack the Block.
He's also pretty easy on the eyes, you know.
I don't know. I feel like the art that's made for Segrathun is better. I think it fits his character a lot more.
You could also say that this young man is pretty easy on the eyes, if I do say so myself. But also, please also like us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all that kinds of stuff. If you want to see more content from us, we don't post anything on anything besides the YouTube, but we will start at some point when I
Yes.
remember to post on the Instagram, and when Matthew also
back.
remembers to
I'm back.
post on the Twitter. Oh, okay, and now we're back.
All right, what'd you roll?
Thank God, that was horrible. Oh my God.
Fuck you.
I rolled a 26.
26. You notice that the door does not seem normal.
Oh, hey guys.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just really interested in this this door. Come here, blue guy. Look.
Well, no,
something
Segi, we
ain't
gotta
right.
we gotta go put this potion on Fee. We don't necessarily know how long he's got left.
Wait, that
Wait,
thing's timed.
what's... Hey,
Sorry,
mean-
I like really spaced out. Like
You would
something
you would
called
know,
me to
wouldn't
this
you?
door.
yeah, you were just looking at that door for like a long time. What's not right about it?
How long? Like more than like a minute?
2-ish, I would say. 2-ish minutes.
Oh wow, I spaced out.
Silently, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, everyone, just stand back.
Oh,
Any,
God.
Gotta see
You
that
just-
potion first.
He casts stand back. He casts knock when
Mhm.
everyone has cleared the area.
Right. And what does knock do?
Unlocks the door,
The door is unlocked.
and he kind of motions.
Does
for
the door have
Alvegard.
to make a saving throw?
Hmm?
I'm kidding.
I mean,
man.
you can't unlock a door that's already unlocked.
Oof.
Aw.
I
Well-
will sneakily peek my head through the door.
The door isn't open; it's unlocked.
I will sneakily open the door and peek my head through.
Roll a dex save.
You said the door.
He said
Was
the door was
unlocked.
unlocked. No, he said the door was unlocked.
I said it was very
Fuck
unusual.
you.
Okay,
Hold
this
on,
is a
I
tricky
go
door.
to open it.
This is a tricky door.
I hear something. I look directly back at Zagrathun's eyes, and then I make my dexterity saving throw. Hell yeah, dude! 24.
Sagrathun, because he dodged, I need you to make a dexterity saving
I
throw.
was just gonna say, can I, with a 24, can I redirect the bad thing?
Dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
Thank God that wasn't a 1. 13 plus 2, 15.
All right. He
Still
opens
probably
the door,
bad.
and right when he opens the door, he notices the mechanism that is on the door is just a wall behind it with 2 open slots. As he ducks out the way, a spear comes out, and I'm going to roll damage.
Oof.
Can I, okay. Oh no.
And it hits Sagrathun in the side, giving him 15 damage.
Oh!
minus 9.
Ouch.
All right, so he takes 6 damage.
I'm okay with this.
This ability's so fucking good. Why did they make this? It's so good.
So Aberdeen looks back at me. That causes me to like drop my guard for just a second. And I hear a swoosh sound, and before I know it, I'm over here on the ground. And I just got a cut on my side. I'm like, ah. Really? Ah.
You have
Oh.
it's more along the lines of the spear, instead of hitting something vital, hit you in the side, pulled you back, and now it's just sitting there, kind of like in your side a little bit.
No, I at first I think it's I haven't looked at it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
You think it's a cut?
Ah.
Ah.
Guy, look, now I'm cut.
Now you got a
Tries to
little
get
bit
up.
of, you got a little thing right there on your whole.
Wait, why can't I get up?
Wait,
Oh,
Grims
and
walks
he
up.
looks.
Oh,
Oh God, I'm impaled. Ah,
well, this is a problem, Segi. And Grimsby grabs it with one hand.
well, hey,
Do you have
watch
something
what
to
you
bite
do.
onto?
Watch
Here.
what you're doing with that. I don't think you should...
Saggy, count to 3 real quick.
No,
One,
I really think
2,
another way.
and Grimsby rips it right out. Hey.
Mikus is just sitting back enjoying this whole thing.
I'm doing
Lifting
alright
a
there,
hand,
Saggy.
dope.
Just take another 10 points of damage. Because of how
Yes.
brutal Grimsby ripped that out.
Yeah.
Hang on. Make that 5.
No, it's
No.
unmitigated 10 damage.
Fuck.
You can try to mitigate it, but you're just moving the spear in his body.
Shake it off, shake it off. And Grimsby casts.
Sigurd actually throws up a little bit.
Nice. Grimsby casts Healing Word level 2.
Ugh.
11
you.
points.
Okay, that's good.
All right. Now let's see if we can take this potion over to Faye.
What's in the room? Sigurd kind of gets up.
More
now that
spears.
the
What
wound's
is
closed.
in the room?
There's nothing in the room.
Oh my god, it's literally
It is-
just.
A trap.
The room, it's in the room, a metaphor for our existence, gentlemen. Haven't we learned it by now? Just spears to the face.
You open the door and you saw just a wall with 2 holes in it.
Sagerthune conveniently remembers that there's a dead body right here,
Mm-hmm.
and he loots the corpse of the drow.
You get an amulet. It doesn't seem to have any. It's just probably worth like 50 gold, and then you find a short sword.
Heck yeah.
How about the clothes he was wearing?
If you want his clothes, you can take them.
Yeah, what do I get?
You get a black duster.
Nice.
Yeah. Do I get shades?
You get shades.
Nice.
No. You don't get shades. You get the eye patch.
I get the eye patch. Okay.
You also realize that he does have a Gorgon's eye in his
Yeah, I grabbed that
underneath
too.
it. All right.
Yeah. Can't believe we forgot about this. That would have been very sad.
I didn't want to touch it.
You don't want to touch anything. You like.
You're not wrong.
Keep in mind, Sagerthune just reached into the guy's eye socket and ripped out his eye.
Fine. Grimsby's completely fine with this.
Yeah, that was a totally normal moment for Grimsby, who's hacked up people in front of us.
True, yeah, that's kind of his MO.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Sagerthune just kind of like looks at the bookcase,
Mhm.
contemplates setting it on fire after what happened,
Right?
and he walks away.
Grimsby would also like to look at the bookcase,
Mm-hmm.
and Grimsby would like to investigate the bookcase with
Oh,
disadvantage. Can I roll with disadvantage?
Yes.
Good. Oh god, what's investigation? Good. Okay. Okay, 7.
All right. You find a book that's labeled "Birds and the Bees: How to Teach your Children."
Does Grimsby read this out loud?
Daggy, I found this book. Is it interesting? It says
You found a book? Wait, no, there was no good books there. It hit me in the head.
It says
Move your character, by the way.
oh shit.
Yeah, where are you, Grim? What the hell, you lazy?
Hey, fuck you.
The immersion.
What about? It says the birds.
Yeah, like what? Like bird anatomy, bird species, bird.
Bird is the word. Yes, bird is the word.
And
Give me 1 moment, Shaggy.
what?
I'm
Birds and reptiles, birds and climate change, birds and migration patterns and seasonal occurrences.
And the
Birds. Oh no! And
bees.
Sagerthune grabs the ice to grab the book.
Well, wait, why are you taking my book from me,
Just-
Abby?
Hey,
Shaggy.
just not yet.
Grimsby would like to contest Sagerthune taking the book away from him.
Sagerthune would offer a muffin in exchange for the book, the last muffin.
You son of a bitch! You've had one still this entire time.
I've always had one this entire time.
Can Grimsby perceive if this muffin is desirable or not?
It is
Is
a
it
desirable muffin.
Is a what muffin?
It's a desirable muffin. Cakes put a special kind of love into these muffins.
Grimsby looks at the book, which the words he cannot understand fully. Grimsby looks at the muffin,
Sagrathun slowly drifting it towards Mikis.
and now Grimsby is going to roll a d100 and allow Albert to decide. Higher luck.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
30.
You hold the book.
Want the book?
Does Mikis try to grab the muffin?
I would like to, yeah. Unless Grimsby's gonna like shenanigans.
Grimsby's not going to do some shenanigans. Grimsby's going to
Alright.
keep onto the book.
Alright, I'll give Grimsby a side eye. I grab the muffin out of the air. I sniff it first before, just because I still don't trust that it's this good.
Well, it's banana choco nut.
Oh, well in that case, Aggie.
Yeah, there you go.
I
Last
show you
one
a
just
banana
for you.
choco nut.
You happy? You finally happy? You gonna not hold that over me forever?
Because doesn't speak because his mouth is full with happiness.
Grimsby shoves the book into his pouch for later.
Oh gosh, you know that's he yells over at Aberdeen. That's gonna be your problem.
Aberdeen is not there.
Oh, well, he's not here. Okay.
All right, come on,
You
Satan, that's
also
what say
feel. You also feel like there's something missing the moment you start looking around.
Alregard, where are you?
Our regards there.
Oh, there you are. Why are you just over there? What happened? Who? Yeah. Who are we missing? Who? Yeah, that's what I just said. Useless. Anyway, he looks at the bookshelf one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Investigation check, because now he's really stubborn. Because if
ahead
Grimsby
and roll
could
it.
find something. Ooh, it's gonna be a 19.
All right.
11 plus 8.
You're able to find a book, and before we go over that book, we're gonna go back to the other room.
Okay.
Let me just.
So I slink into the other room with the potion in hand. And I will walk over to Fee. Does the potion seem to be a similar color to the poison from the sacks that Grimsby harvested? Or the goo from the sacks Grimsby harvested?
No, it's a slightly lighter color.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out if, because I want to use the potion on Fee, but
You could have
I
also had
I don't want to completely fuck over Zapug and not have any way of unfreezing his brother.
Well, as you
So,
walk into the room, Zapug is sitting there, crisscross
Oh,
in front
he's
of his brother.
there. I thought he.
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha.
Sitting crisscross in front of his brother.
Hey, Zapug.
Hey, Aberdeen.
I'm gonna help our guy.
You know,
And
he holds up his hand and does the quote, Captain. Really said something that bothered me. And
Sorry if I said something that bothered you.
so, are you the captain or is he the captain?
I feel like the decision's still out there, but what did he say?
He keeps on talking about how I failed my group and how I got them killed and all this, and Part of me feels like he's right. Including my little brother here.
Zapug, there was 6 of us before. And one of them died, and part of me feels in the just deepest part of my soul like it was absolutely my fault. And part of me knows that I did what I could, and I controlled what I could. And it was her decision that got her killed. That doesn't change the guilt of the other part, but that's how I'm able to keep moving. I didn't choose for her to die. I chose to do what I thought would help. And I did that. And it wasn't enough.
Zapug stands up.
And that's how it works sometimes.
Zapug stands up and he looks his brother directly in the face. Then he looks at you. Save your friend.
We're gonna carry him out of here. We're gonna put him on the boat. And we're gonna figure this out. We have components. I don't know how well they're gonna work or not or what. We have things, and if we need more, we'll get more.
No. Fine.
No, it's not fine.
He looks at you and he's like, my little brother died doing what he wanted. And I don't have the right to take that from him.
Well, I am not quite strong enough to make a show of it and lift him up and carry him back to the boat, but I think I'll recruit some help, and I pour the potion. I guess I can't pour it in his mouth, just I pour it on his head.
Yep. And
I make sure not to spill any. I pour it over him, like, but I think he can't help. And then
Right.
I unpetrify Fee with the potion.
Sounds good. And from there, I think that's where we will end the session today. Mostly because we do have some people who do need to be places today. And yeah, we will hopefully come back with Matt next session.
Hey man, I mean, what a better place to pause that. You know,
That's
we
good.
laughed, we cried. I made a lot of really inappropriate jokes. You know,
What else is new?
it's a great session.
You make these dick jokes at the very top as soon as we go live. Like, that's what if someone clicks on this video because, like, oh, it's the newest one, like this guy recommended it to me, whatever, I'm just gonna watch the newest one, I don't want to start from episode 1, there's 20 episodes, and they immediately start with the dick joke, all right? and then Eddie, and then you constantly make fun of me for what is objectively comedy gold.
You could go fuck yourself, Cody. You could go fuck yourself right in front. All right, guys, please go subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the Twitter, like the Instagram, and please remember, be kind to one another because you never know who you're gonna meet along the way. Go fuck yourself, Cody. You can't have this for me. God damn it, fuck you.
Thursday night, Real Stupid Review Show where we watch Attack the Block. Who's gonna be on? We need commitments here, right? Because we got the core
I don't know,
four.
Eddie.
We got the core
I don't know.
four. Eddie,
I'm gonna be on. I'm
Albert,
gonna watch it.
Stuart. All right.
I will not
Are
be
you
able to
guys
be
gonna-
here.
Okay, Albert's not gonna be there. He's gonna be prepping because he worked so hard for this campaign to make such beautiful imagery like we had tonight. Eddie,
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
I'll believe it when I see it.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
watch it tonight.
I'm gonna watch it tonight. I don't work
All right.
tomorrow.
All right, Stuart.
I can give no promises because of my schedule.
Stuart's not gonna be there. Okay.
Maybe one day. Wait.
Hey, it would be
Thursday?
great.
Thursday?
Just start
Thursday.
2 days
Yeah.
from today.
Oh, I can actually go because I have a dentist appointment, so I won't be tired.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You-
So
you're
sure
gonna
you go-
you're gonna
Send
you're
me
gonna get your
the
mouth
movie.
drilled.
Send me the
Just
movie.
Just
A
come over
couple
to my
people
house.
have totally legally downloaded a copy that
Oh, yeah,
they're
100%.
legally allowed to do.
Yeah, I
and
legally own the copy.
They can seed it to you via Plex. Not seed.
Whoa,
Seed
whoa,
is the
whoa,
wrong
whoa,
word.
whoa,
Seed
whoa,
is illegal. They can
whoa.
give you access to it via Plex, or you can
Or you could just come
do what
over
I
to my
did.
place.
And you can
Yeah, Eddie, we can
give
watch it
Joe
tomorrow.
Cornish $4, which he deserves,
Hey, tell me what
for
to
the
do.
movie.
But please remember, be kind to one another because you never know who you're gonna meet along the way. We'll see you guys
We
later.
already said that.
Hey, fuck you! God, you guys keep taking this from me.
Hey,